Mercy, you finally arrived. Wipe the dust from your shoes and come in, sugar. Your presence will be such a tonic for poor dear Mrs. Beaumont. She's been fanning herself by the window in a state of absolute agitation awaiting you. Now, if y'all can find it in your hearts to indulge us for one fleeting afternoon, we are going to make a brave pretense of having actually paid attention in those drafty schoolrooms of our youth. We are going to cast our eyes upon some literature. Oh, honey, don't recoil like a wilted gardenia. We had that very same visceral reaction, I assure you. But please don't fret. This won't be some dreary moth-eaten fourth-grade book report, and it most certainly is not that wretched English 101 paper you ghost wrote for that adorably dull fraternity boy, the one with the jawline of a god and the intellect of a damp brick.
In the humid shadows of the South, music is never merely a matter of meter or rhyme. It is a blood pulse, a haunting choir rising from the red clay and the stagnant swamp water. These melodies are our true inheritance, carrying the weight of a century's grief and glory in the time it takes for a tallow candle to flicker and die. Within the span of a few desperate minutes, a song unearths the same ghosts that Capote, Flagg, and Mitchell spent hundreds of ink-stained pages trying to exorcise. The secrets they buried in chapters of typeset prose, the family rot, the hidden sins, and the fierce, jagged beauty of our land are all laid bare and require a strength of a strong back to carry that tale. And Cousin Macon shall.
These words carry a weight like a stone pulled from the bottom of the Holston River. Way back in '92, a man named John Anderson, a Florida boy with the dust of the frontier still in his lungs, he sat down and wrote a funeral song. He didn't go hiring some high-priced Nashville ghost to do the digging for him. He dug this out of his own backyard. He went home and saw the ground where he'd run as a boy, and he saw it was dying. It wasn't just changing, mind you. It was being murdered by a thing they call progress, which is just a fancy word for a man in a suit with a drag line and a thirst for gold. The song is Seminole Wind, and when that minor key fiddle starts up, played by a feller named Joe Spivey, it don't sound like music no more. It sounds like the lonesome whistle of a ghost moving through the cypress knees. It's got a rhythm like the old stories my kin used to tell, a slow, steady heartbeat that don't care about your clocks or your calendars. It's a Florida Gothic tale, full of shadows and secrets that the New South wants to pave over and forget. Anderson, he speaks to us like a witness in a courtroom where the judge has already been bought. He looks out at Lake Okeechobee in the Everglades, and he don't see no postcards. He sees the ghosts of the Osceola drifting through the sawgrass. He uses words that roll off the tongue like the wind itself, the W and the S sounds in Seminole, wind, and spirit, hissing like a snake in the dry brush. It's a song about the murder of the land, where the cypress trees are left standing on dirt that's been sucked dry, looking like skeletons waiting for a rain that'll never come. Now there's some folks who try to compare this to that old 71 tune, Indian Reservation, by Paul Revere and the Raiders. But you listen to me. That Indian Reservation song is a plastic trinket sold at a roadside stand. It's white men in costumes playing red face for the radio, talking about how the Cherokee are all gone, turned into beads and buckskin. It treats our people like we're ghosts in a museum, passing away into the sunset. That ain't the New South. That's just the old lie. But Anderson, he does something different. He don't look at the Seminole like they're gone. He looks at the land and says it was stolen. He connects the draining of the swamps to the draining of a people's soul. He ain't romanticizing no plantation porch. He's looking at the grotesque decay of a world where greed is the only god. He ain't a good old boy cheering for the bulldozer. He's the man standing in front of it, pleading with the Great Spirit to let that wind blow one more time and take it all back. It's a lonesome, haunting piece of work. It turned Florida from a place of neon lights and sandy beaches back into what it truly is, an ancient, aching mystery. It's a monument of nostalgia, a dirge for a lost world, and a reminder that when you bury the past, it don't always stay under the dirt. Sometimes it just waits for the wind to howl.
Now don't stand there looking at me with those wide, wounded eyes, honey. I can't bear a scene when the humidity's this high. If you're looking for that melody, that sweet, aching little tune we just talked about, it's waiting for you down in the description. It's tucked away like a love letter you weren't supposed to find, but there it is, plain as the moon over the delta. And listen to me, sugar, don't be cruel. Reach out your hand and tap that like icon, and for heaven's sake, subscribe to us. A soul needs a little attention to keep from fading away into the wallpaper, and we've always depended on the kindness of strangers like you.